Hello everyone, Rurikhan here once again bringing you guys some more TERA action, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my Lancer. As you can see, I've actually out-leveled my Warrior already. I mean, even though it's not really a big feat, because as some people mentioned in the comment section, it doesn't really take that long to get to 20-something. It is still, however, a little bit grinding, but the grind is made a little bit more bearable, at least in my opinion, if you're playing a Lancer, because I can just AoE tons of mobs down. It is a very efficient way of grinding and keeps me on my toes a little bit, also helps me out in getting better at AoE tanking and whatnot. Now unfortunately this also means that I've over leveled the instance that we did last time, but I'm still going to do that specific instance because I want to show you guys the tanking style of the Lancer, and also give you a couple of tips if you want to do some tanking with a Lancer, if you're into that kind of stuff. For starters, let me just say that I personally prefer the Lancer over the Warrior because I like this tanking style a lot more. But in regards to skills, let me just show you something here real quick. I might as well just switch a skill here that I forgot. Yeah, let's put Onslaught in here instead. Don't really need Spring Attack because that pretty much chains itself at the end of my combos and at the end of my shield barrage. But as you know, TERA has that system which is the chained skills, which is very, very useful, which basically means that every time you do a specific skill or a combo attack, something will appear somewhere in the section where I have my cursor right now, and that will chain into your next skill by the press of a button. So what this allows you is to chain several skills together. Let me give you an example here of what I'm talking about. For instance, Charging Lunge will channel into Shield Barrage. Now Shield Barrage itself, you can't channel it into anything else, but it automatically, by default, I don't know exactly why because they don't really explain you, but by default Shield Barrage will chain itself into the Spring Attack, which is a good thing. So basically you're doing Charging Lunge, Shield Barrage, Spring Attack, all with the press of one button. And after Spring Attack, I've configured Spring Attack to go to Onslaught. And Onslaught is yet another skill. So basically, what happens with this system that you have in place is that you can just set up a whole bunch of skills and then just basically press one button. And you guys might think, oh, but that's extremely simplistic, so tanking is not hard at all. Well, the reason why tanking is actually a little bit challenging is the fact that there is no percentage blocking. Which means, like in a lot of other MMOs, what you got is a percentage chance of blocking things when you have a shield. In this MMO, it's like, look, you want to block? Okay, right-click your mouse. Boom, there, you're blocking. Facing is also important. You can't block like this and get hit from behind because you will still take the hits. This only blocks hits from the front. So this is kind of the way that you do tanking in TERA. This is still extremely simplistic because at my level tanking is very, very simple. So as you go ahead and tank and start hitting stuff with your skills and whatnot, your mana will go down, and the way to get your mana back up is to do auto attacks. So before we actually start on the instance, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of how I do my tanking rotation, so that if you guys want to try out tanking, because I know that a lot of people don't like the responsibility of tanking. They think that tanking is hard. Tanking is not hard at all. So let me show you here. So basically I have a skill called Charging Lunge 3. That is the skill that I use as my opening skill because it is also a gap closer, very much like Charge in World of Warcraft, if you guys remember that from the Warriors. And after that we're going to be switching to Shield Barrage, which is basically just an attack that gives you a chance of stunning your enemies. After Shield Barrage, we will go into Spring Attack, which is that skill that I showed you earlier. This one, which basically thrusts you forward a little bit and will also hit your enemy. And after that, we will also channel into Onslaught. Now, I don't always get to do the full combo, especially because, like I told you, it's very important for you to react to what's happening on the battlefield. But yeah, that is the whole idea of the combo that I personally do for my character. So let's get this party started. I'm going to attack this Basilisk here. You can see that it's only level 20, so it's actually a pretty easy thing to kill. However, this is, I think it's considered the BAM, a big-ass monster, so it's a pretty basic one. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it'll also give you a little bit of introduction to BAMs as well. So let's get the combo started. So as you can... Oh, I missed! Something also that you got to be very, very aware is the range of your skills. That's always useful. I'm gonna wait a little bit here because I want to do the full combo. Okay, the thing is out of it's out of cooldown now, so I'm gonna put myself back a little bit just to do the full charge. Okay, charge. Now shield barrage, spring attack, and onslaught. Now onslaught is really good because when you're doing onslaught, you only take 50% damage. So it's okay if you're taking a little bit of damage even while you're doing onslaught. But as you can see, it then becomes very easy for you to do your combo. And also, as you can see, I am now regenerating mana by using my auto attacks. It's not really auto attack, you have to actually press your mouse to do it, but the basic attacks, it's called the basic attack combo, I think. That is what will regenerate your mana, as you can see, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It's a pretty cool system. That way you're very rarely going to be out of mana. You don't have to really stop to rest most of the time. Also, I stun the mob. If you see them glow orange like this one just did, usually means they're stunned, but I'm in a bad position for camera purposes, so I'm going to move a little bit here. There we go. You seem upset, good sir. Also, something very good about the TERA combat system is that it's like, look, if it doesn't look like the Mosh is going to hit you, most likely it will not hit you. There's no, like, surprise attacks like this. He's jumping forward. Good. As long as you're in the back, you don't have to worry that much about it. So, it's very good that the way that you tank in here is different from other MMOs. It's not about getting as many skills in as possible and only worrying about a specific attack or something. That was a mistake for me, by the way. It's a lot more about reacting to what the boss is doing and adapting yourself to the situation at hand. So it's a lot more of reactive tanking as opposed to preventive tanking, which is something I really do enjoy. And the main difference between the Lancer and the Warrior, like I told you guys, is that the Lancer can usually keep a mob in the same place, whereas the Warrior has to constantly leap around. And also the Lancer, it's like if you make a mistake, it's all good because you can still... Oops, messed up. Because you can still take a couple of hits, whereas the Warrior, you make a mistake and it's like, boom, half your health is gone. So that, I think, might be the reason why a lot of people think that Warrior is harder. But like I said in the previous video, Warrior is only harder if your party doesn't know how to adapt itself to the Warrior playstyle. It makes it harder on your party, not necessarily on you, because I've also said that I think that Warrior, if your healer's not good, Warrior might even be better than Lancer, because Lancer will always take a little bit of damage, but if you're good about blocking, as you can see me here, you can usually just read the tells out of bosses and just block everything. One big tell is that red glowing thing. That will allow you to basically just know when big things are coming your way and that you should block them. There's also something else that you can do, and it's a very good tool for positioning yourself better, which is, let me just do a full combo here. Oh wait, I might just kill him if I'm not careful. Oh, let's just do onslaught, whatever. Dude, die, get out of my face. And now let's pick everything up. Pave Rune of Titans. Oh, really, Tree? You're going to attack me? I'm sorry. Not really going to work out so well for you. I'm gonna shield slam the crap out of you, and I'm out of mana. But okay, this is kind of the basic thing, basic stuff that you gotta do about tanking. Now, in regards to actually tanking normal mobs instead of bosses, that's not really very important, at least not at the level that I'm playing right now. It's not as essential as boss tanking. Boss tanking seems a lot more important, because a lot of people will usually know how to react and dodge stuff and use their defensive skills. But another skill that you also have that I don't use all that often is this one. You basically leap back. But this is a really good skill, particularly when you're farming, because, you see, look at this. This is what I'm talking about, instant Qs. As I was saying, that particular skill is very useful for when you're farming, because you can just like gather a whole bunch of mobs around you, then put them like in front of you, and you can just dodge back a little bit and charge into them, get a lot of damage going that way. And here we go. We had to get rid of the other healer because he was basically AFK, but it seems we have a healer here now. So I guess we can get going, good sir. This is actually the second time I'm recording a video in this instance, by the way. Oh, it's his first time. Oops, big stuff. It's a good thing that it's your first time. I'll break you in nice and easy. I'll be sure not to over-tank. Onslaught! I hope he at least knows how to heal. Yeah, it seems he does. It's all good. So, I mean, the first dungeon is pretty easy, as I told you the other time with the warrior as well. Basically, all you really got to do is just smack things, and when you get to the bosses, it's pretty much tank and spank unless they're doing big attacks, so it's not usually a big deal. But like I told you guys at the start of this video, this is the combo that I usually start with. I don't always go for onslaught. Sometimes I just start doing auto attacks to maintain mana and whatnot. Sometimes you also got to be careful because these mobs will also do the whole red glowing eyes thing, and you might want to block that every now and then, but to be completely honest, damn it, go in. What the hell? How the hell did these dudes get aggroed? No, AoE taunt. The AoE taunt is only like 10 seconds on this character, which I find a little bit ridiculous. Just like you can almost just spam AoE taunt and get away with it. Like, oh, looks like I don't have aggro on everything. Boom, AoE taunt, like a beast. Not even care. And retaliate is also very useful. Something that I definitely think that you guys should do once you start playing TERA, if you're a tank, or even if you're any other class really, is remap the key to do the chain skills. Which, in case you guys don't know, if you go to your skills menu over here, it will tell you what the key is here, chain hotkey. You should change that from spacebar because spacebar is also used for jumping. And I mean, you don't want to look like a noob trying to chain all your skills and all of a sudden you're just jumping all over the place. Just makes you look kind of a noob, so it's good to get a specific key for it. Now, personally, I bound it to the same key that I use Shield Barrage, because Shield Barrage is like my main tanking ability right now. So I have most of my chains going to Shield Barrage, and the only key I really use most of the time is Shield Barrage, unless I want to do something special like the Charging Lunge or whatever. So I mean, that's the way that I personally play at this point. Who knows what will happen at higher levels? I'm curious to find out as well. Several people have also been asking me in the previous video, which server am I playing on? And the server that I'm playing on is Arcadia. So if you want to meet me there, the name is Rurikhan, as you guys probably all know how to spell that. So yeah, you can go ahead, whisper me there, add me as a friend, whatever. As a matter of fact, I should really check my friends list after this video, because maybe a couple more people added me. But I am playing on the European servers, like I said, mostly due to the ping. And in here I have almost no ping, so as you guys can see, there's very little delay between the actions that I'm doing with my character. Let's go ahead here and boom, AoE taunt. I love the fact that AoE taunt in this character only has a 10-second cooldown, although it does make things a little bit more trivial. But the thing is, in this game, it's a lot about reaction. I mean, keeping aggro is usually, as far as I can tell, not really a problem, unless you have like ridiculously over-leveled DPSs, which has happened to me. But even then, it's not a problem, because if they're over-leveled, they know what they got to do even if they pull aggro. And I know that a lot of tanks will go like all prima donna on people. If it's like, oh, you're pulling for me, you're taking my aggro, oh, I hate you, I'm gonna go AFK and stuff like that. I never pull that shit. I mean, at least this is what happened in World of Warcraft. I'm not sure if it also happens in TERA. But I know that in World of Warcraft there's a lot of prima donna tanks like, oh my god, you're pulling ahead of me, I'm gonna pull a fucking sissy fit and blah blah. So it's like, honestly, I don't care. It's like, as long as you're not dying or doing shit that gets people killed, I just don't care. It's all good by me. You can do whatever you want. You can pull mobs. You can even pull bosses. As long as you're not dying, it's all good. Although I will get annoyed sometimes if people pull a mob and then they get overwhelmed, and instead of running towards the tank, they run away from the tank, which has happened to me a couple of times here in TERA too. And that is just hilarious, because it's like, oh my god, panic, run away from the tank. No. If you're panicking and you're in an instance with a tank, you want to run towards the tank so that the tank can go ahead and get aggro off you. Also remember that the Lancer tank is really, really slow. In comparison with the Warrior is a lot fast in movement speed and whatnot. So you got to keep that in mind. If you're running away from a Lancer, he's probably not going to be able to save your ass if you keep running away from him. So there's that. But like I told you guys, at this point I do overlevel the instance quite a bit. I don't know exactly which level the next instance is going to unlock, but I do plan on showing you the instances of TERA because like I told you guys, this is the main reason why I'm playing TERA right now, because I like tanking and I like doing instances. Because I mean, honestly, the leveling process is grindy. I was even talking to friends of mine about if anybody wanted to join me. None of them are interested because the leveling still is grindy. I mean, I even offered myself to some of them to just, well, that sounded really wrong. I even offered myself to some of them to just say, look, dude, just when you're going through a zone, I'll just AoE the whole zone and kill them all and you'll get like tons of experience. I'll do that to get a, I would very much like to get a pocket healer. That would be really cool. Especially because this is a PvP server and I haven't really had any PvP action as of yet, but I expect that such things will happen at higher levels. Oh yeah, looks like last time I was here I didn't really... Oh, looks like I didn't have enough mana either. Damn it! I wanted to do my AoE taunt and I couldn't. But the mobs were just coming against me anyways. But I assume that PvP is going to happen a lot more at higher levels, at least I hope so, because I expect to get my ass ganked and handed to me, because I just like the adrenaline. It's kind of the same thing as the reason as why I always play Dark Souls in online mode, because I want to get invaded. I want to feel that adrenaline of there's like, oh man, you might just get invaded now and you might just die and lose all your souls. I like that. I realize that a lot of players kind of see that as harassment or whatever, but to me, that's pure adrenaline, and I love it. I mean, one of my favorite MMOs ever has really been Ultima Online, simply because on that game took it to a whole new level, which is not only you can get attacked and die at any time, like without even anyone, like without any prior notice, which is just people can just come up to you and just start attacking you and kill you. And not only will you die, I'm not exactly sure if this has changed over time or not, but during the times when I used to play, not only can they kill you, they can also steal all of your stuff, like all of your gear. They can take it. They can just like, oh, you're dead? I'm gonna steal your shit. That's it. It's like, I'm sorry, maybe you shouldn't have died. And that is something that I really, really appreciate, because it gives you such an adrenaline rush, you know? I mean, if there's no risk of losing things, there's no adrenaline in the game. And I think there needs to be more adrenaline-driven experiences in the gaming market. I really do. But anyways, that is the reason why I enjoy playing on PvP servers. Although it kind of sucks sometimes because, you know, people will like gather up in large groups and just kill everyone else. And it sucks to be on the short end of the stick, but it's still adrenaline. You still just gotta learn how to deal with that stuff. Get owned. I'm stuck. I got stuck there. AoE taunt. A lot of the times you can just get away with stuff by just doing AoE taunt. Shield barrage. Like I said, it is a very simplistic way of tanking. And I'm sorry if maybe I'm not doing my best commentary, but like I said, it is the second time I'm doing this video. And in case you guys are wondering, why did you do the video twice then? Well, what happened was, I was recording this with my AverMedia card. As I always do, I record everything with the AverMedia now, so that I don't have to use fraps. Because as I told you guys, I fragging hate fraps. I really do. I have pretty much a major psychotic fucking hatred against fraps because of the way it works and the way it hogs all your resources. So I used the AverMedia thing, and what happened? So I'm recording, and I was doing the quest in here where you have to drop some bombs in the weapon crates, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put a hotkey for the whatchamacallit, for the bomb, because you got a bomb to plant on crates, and I was like, I'm just gonna put a hotkey in this thing, and I go and I put the bomb bound to the F7 button. Now, I didn't know that the F7 button is also the record button for the AverMedia. And you're like, well, how could you not know? Well, because the AverMedia card comes with a physical button that you can press in order to record stuff. So I always use the physical button. I never use any keyboard shortcuts. So I didn't knew that the F7 was also the keyboard shortcut for recording. So what ended up happening is I basically destroyed the video file by constantly beginning and stopping the recording, because I was spamming F7 to destroy weapon crates. And I just had to completely trash that video, and I was pretty upset. Pretty upset with that. Not happy at all. The Soul Crusher approaches. This is like the hardest boss in this instance right now. This thing. This thing right here. Mr. Big Rock. How you doing? I'm gonna go ahead and AoE taunt because I... Oh crap, I don't have enough. I don't have enough mana. See there? I didn't block. It's like, oh, you didn't block, you're gonna get slammed. That's what happens. Let's AoE taunt, make sure he's still on me. Man, that warrior's doing a good job. He's already knocked down. He's at 80% health. Oh, he's getting reamed. I'm a charge onslaught! And shielded. Oh, I shielded only one hit. I didn't shield all of it. Oh, look at those crits. I'm just critting like a bastard because I'm over leveling the instance now. I'm a terrible person. Oh no, I hate that fire attack. But you can block it. Look at me blocking all those fire attacks. Pretty sweet, huh? Slamming the crap out of everything. Oh, damn it. Why did I not block that? I actually pressed the button, but the thing is, you need to plan your blocks a little bit ahead of time. It's not just like, oh, the damage is coming. You need to be able to read it. Whoa, that was really fast. Like, his eye just shined for a little bit. He was able to catch me a little bit off guard there. Oh yeah, he also jumps on top of other players every now and then, which, again, I find is really cool because every player needs to be kept on their toes at all times, not just the tank, you know? So I really appreciate when a game kind of tests the other players as well, so that players get out of that mentality of being just a DPS bot or a heal bot, and actually get into the mentality that, look, you need to move, you need to dodge AoEs, you do all this kind of stuff, because that was actually a problem I had in World of Warcraft when, like, you don't have, when you're recruiting people and whatnot, a lot of people are used to just standing in one place and not really doing anything. Nice smack, thank you very much, good sir. Can I have some more, please? Can I have some more? Onslaught! I really like the Onslaught animation, just running towards the boss. It's really cool. The animation and the graphics in this game are just also divine. So it's like, that's the thing. This game has a lot of cool stuff. The only stuff that I feel the game really fails on is the leveling process. The leveling process is incredibly grindy. It uses old school quests, so it's like, I don't even read the stuff. I just go up to the NPC. You got an exclamation mark? Good. Give me a quest. Which mob do I gotta kill? This thing? I'm gonna kill 10 of these things. That's the only thing I really don't like. I wish it was the leveling was made less grindy. I don't even want to say easier, just not be as grindy. I'm not exactly sure how they could even achieve it, if I'm to be completely honest, but just don't be so grindy. That would be something that I would like. So you got an Oathbreaker axe. That's a Berserker gear right there. Looks like their Pina is going to be taking that, maybe for an alt or something. Here's a Mist Scepter. Going to pass on that as well. I only really take gear for the Lancer because I have no plans for making an alt of any kind. The only character I really want to have is Lancer because I have to say I really did miss tanking. I miss leading other players into battle while being a complete meat shield. That is one of the things that I definitely miss from World of Warcraft, and I am getting it now in this game. And I'm actually going to be probably getting into Elder Scrolls Online quite a bit once that game actually comes out, because I'm curious to see what that game is about. But for now, I'm going to keep on playing TERA. Actually, I'm playing 2 MMOs right now, in case you guys are curious. I'm playing this, and I'm also playing, what's it called? Warframe. I'm also playing a lot of Warframe. Because Pally Time really got me addicted to Warframe. So that's also the reason why my character is only level 25, because like by now I could probably be level 30 if I was just playing consistently. But the thing is, I've been playing a lot more Warframe than TERA. I am not ashamed to admit. I've been really getting into Warframe, and it's being a really great experience because Vex is also getting into it, so I've also been playing with Vex. So I've just been having a blast in Warframe, and I fully advise that game because a lot of people were saying, oh, Warframe's terrible, doesn't have any variety, it's a terrible game. It's really not. Like, I don't know where people got that idea, but it's got a lot of variety, it's got a lot of cool missions, it's got cool graphics. They're even adding cool ninja wall run abilities and whatnot. It is a game that is also very, very interesting besides TERA. And the good thing is, I mean, these are two games that you can actually enjoy for free right now, because TERA is free to play and Warframe is free to play. Those are probably the two free to play games that I would advise you to try out right now. If you have any remote interest in any of those, I highly recommend them. The thing is about TERA that you got to keep in mind is that leveling is very, very grindy. I mean, I will not lie. That's just the thing. I can sit here all day and tell you that it's amazing to do instances, and it is, because I really like doing instances. Even though right now this instance is not really that pleasing, simply because it's not really a challenge anymore. Like, I mean, look at this. We're doing all kinds of mistakes, letting these dudes trample all over me and stuff like that. And again, it's just not a challenge at this point in time, but I can see the potential in here for future instances, especially with this combat system. The thing about this game is just this beautiful combat system they got. It really reminds me of Monster Hunter, and I think it's going to be as close as I'm going to get to Monster Hunter in a good-looking game, because all the Monster Hunter stuff that I have access to right now is over 4 years old, so it's very, very, very disappointing. But I really do like this style of combat, so that's one of the reasons why I've been playing this game quite so much. And I do want to cover as many of the instances as possible, and with this group finder, as you guys could see, it was really, really easy to get into a group. And even though I did a little bit of a jump cut for you guys because we had to locate a new healer, the only reason I did it was because I never had to kick someone from the party, and I didn't really knew how to do it, but because I was expecting like I could right click on the guy's name or something like that, but it turns out you actually have to type out /kick. So it took me a little bit to figure that out, but we kicked the other healer and the other healer and queued again for the dungeon. So, I mean, the group finder system is very, very robust. So it's like, look, even if people leave halfway, which can be a problem for when you're designing a group finder system, you can just re-queue your whole party that you have that's already inside the dungeon. You can just re-queue them all, and just kick whoever is AFK or whatever, or if someone leaves, you can just re-queue your whole party into the dungeon system and it will work. It's pretty sweet. Let's get a stun on these guys. That guy's probably being a little bit annoying, excuse me. How you doing, good sir? Don't mind if I shield slam the crap out of you? That's the other thing. I mean, you guys know me. You guys know that I enjoy shield slamming, and on this game right now, my main tanking ability, I mean, not even like in World of Warcraft where I had shield slam, but shield slam had like a big it's not a big cooldown, but it wasn't like the most important part of your rotation. I think by the time I left, one of the most important things in your rotation was actually friggin' Thunderclap and Cleave, because I was just AoE tanking everything. But in this game, it's one of the main parts of my rotation. I hope it remains like that all the way to level 60, because you guys know me, I enjoy shield slamming stuff, and that's just the way it goes. And I can't wait to shield slam someone in PvP as well. It's like, shield slam in your face! Enjoy that, good sir! I will shield slam you till the end of time. Also, something I have to say that both the Monster Hunter games have done for me, as well as this one, is I have become a little bit of a fan of lance weapons. Like, you guys know that I'm usually all about hammers and axes because they're dwarvish weapons. Well, now I'm also a little bit into lances. Now note, I mean lances and not spears. There is a clear-cut distinction there, okay? So don't confuse the two. I am not into spears, I'm into lances. And that sounded terrible for some reason, but whatever. I do really like this class in TERA right now. It's definitely my favorite class. I tried playing a healer, as I told you guys in the previous video. Didn't really work out. I could not play the healer simply because I was getting bored of it. It's, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a taste thing. Like, I guess I can see why some people would like playing a healer. I just can't see why I would ever like playing a healer. Especially because it seems that the servers, the TERA servers, are actually low on warriors. So, by warriors I mean tanks. So why wouldn't I fill that gap and basically give people a chance to party up with me so that they don't have to deal with possible prima donna tanks, because that's the thing as well. Like I told you guys, a lot of tanks are prima donnas. They're like, no, you need to do things the way I say. Nah, dude, it's like, whatever. Just adapt your tanking style, dude. Don't be such a stick in the mud. Is that even a thing? Stick in the mud? Not sure. Not entirely sure. I don't even know why I'm doing this section of the dungeon. I guess it's just in case these guys need a quest from over here or something. They can do it. I'm a very respectful player. It's like if someone needs a quest or something, I'll try to get it done. I'm not even sure if these guys do need a quest. Oh, looks like I need a quest though. The hell is that? A repeatable quest? Don't tell me that I accepted a repeatable quest. That's terrible. I never do repeatable quests. Also never do dailies. Then again, I haven't reached the point where dailies are important. Because it seems to me that through what I can see in the questing log and whatnot, that dailies might be an important thing in TERA. So I don't know. I don't know if it will be a thing that I will eventually have to get into. Onslaught! I love Onslaught. Onslaught is just a really, really cool ability. Pave Rune of Shara. So this clears up this section. As you can see, we have a little mini-map on the bottom right corner. So just cleared up that section. From here we're going to be heading down deeper into the dungeon, and eventually we're going to reach the final boss. I'm also going to clear the optional room. There's an optional room that you can clear or not. We're actually all very, very low on stamina, but I don't think it's actually important for the level we're at. I mean, everyone in this party, actually their P is pretty low. Interesting. I didn't notice that. We have a level 26, a level 22, and 2 level 20s. And yet we're still doing really, really well. Surprising. So our healer is only level 20, so he's a good healer. I mean, considering this is his first time. So if you guys are partying up with Eggsy on Europe, you know that he's cool. Like, he's healed the con and he survived. No, but seriously, the healer is doing a good job. It's always nice when you see a healer that does a good job. I really do respect healers because it's the two roles that I've done mostly in MMOs is healing and tanking. And here's the thing, where a lot of people see the tanking, the tank as a responsibility thing. If you actually ask a lot of people in MMOs, oh, why don't you like the tank? Oh, I don't want the responsibility. I see it the exact opposite way, really. And you guys are like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, where you guys see the responsibility of having to be the most balanced member in the group, and you have to really be careful not to get your party killed, you know what I see? What I see is like, so you mean I get to be the first one to hit the monsters all the time. I get to not really care that much about anything. I can just charge into monsters, and just as long as I can keep them on me, I'm expected... I mean, the healer's expected to allow me to survive long enough to keep the monsters out of view. So I think that's actually the least responsible role. It's like, look, I'm not responsible for doing damage. That's not my problem. I'm just responsible for keeping the mobs hitting me, you know? So to me, it's actually a lot less responsibility than any of the other roles. I mean, if you're a DPS, you're responsible for making sure that stuff dies. Not me. I'm not responsible for making sure anything dies. The only thing I'm responsible for is keeping it in one place. And to me, it's just like, it's so cool, because like, I don't have any responsibility, you know? It's just, as long as I can keep the monster on me, and I can use my cooldowns properly. Of course, you have to use your cooldowns properly. Like, in this case, it's not even your cooldowns. What you have to use properly is your shield block. And it's like, as long as I can do those two things, just beat the mobs, keep them on me, and make sure that I use as many cooldowns as I possibly can when I'm about to die. It's like, this is not a chore at all. So it always confuses me when people tell me they don't like tanking, but look, I'm not here to judge. It's like to each his own, but I love tanking. I just really love tanking. And beat the crap out of these dudes. Shield slammed them some. It looks like I got poisoned. Terrible. Terrible, terrible damage. I'm gonna charge into this dude. And now I'm gonna stun these guys. That's an ability that I didn't really talk a whole lot about, but the Lancer also gets stunned on a 30-second cooldown, which is pretty damn sweet, if I can say so myself. Oh, hi. Where'd you come from? AoE taunt! Can't beat the con, dude. I'm sorry. My lance is too big. Did they aggro anything else? No, just the dog. It's all good. It's all gravy. Also make sure that you keep spamming your pickup button while you're in an instance, because a lot of stuff drops. And it's usually cool stuff too. Like, I've picked up a lot of weapons that have dropped for me in instances just out of regular mobs. And they're, even if you don't use them, you can sometimes sell them, unless someone in your party asks you for them. In that case, I'm of the opinion that you should indulge people in your party. Like, if there's someone in your party and you happen to pick up something off the floor and they actually ask you for it, like, look, dude, I could really use that for the character that I'm in here with, I think that you should do the right thing and give that item away. Like, I don't care if it's the rarest item in the game. Look, I'm sorry, it's just a decent thing to do. I mean, the dude is spilling blood right next to you, you know? He's in there fighting with you, and he deserves the item more than an alt or someone that's going to get it at the auction house when you sell it or something like that. So that's also another thing that I would very much like to teach people to be civil in MMOs, because a lot of people in MMOs are total douchebags. They're just like in it for themselves and they don't care about anyone else. So it's like, you need to have some kind of a group mentality. And I'm not saying that's the case in TERA, because actually in TERA I was surprised. There was this one time where I killed a BAM, and there were like people there next to the BAM because they were getting ready to kill it, and I knew I couldn't kill it by myself because I had tried before. So basically I tell them, look, you guys are going to try the BAM, I can tank for you. They're like, yeah, we're going to try the BAM, so they invite me to their party. And then when the BAM dies, the stuff just falls onto the ground, everybody obviously scrambling to pick stuff up. So I picked some kind of an amulet, and amulets, pretty much anyone can use amulets. They're jewelry pieces which give you, you know, stat bonuses and whatnot. So I picked up an amulet, and some other dude who was a mage or something picked up a piece of armor. And I was like, damn, that piece of armor is like a heavy armor that only I could use in that party. And I just told him, hey dude, you want to like trade that piece of armor for this amulet, for instance? Because I mean, amulet for me is like one of those things that doesn't really matter all that much. I guess it kind of matters more if you're a mage, because amulets actually give you mana and stuff like that as well. So I was like, dude, you want to trade like the amulet for the armor? And he actually traded. I was surprised, because I think the armor, I mean, at least maybe it's just me, but I value the armor a lot more than I value the amulet. So I'm not sure if that was the case with him as well, or if he was just being nice. But something that I've noticed is that the TERA community overall has been a really positive experience. Like, every time I ask questions, people will actually reply politely, as opposed to telling me, oh, you're just a noob, you don't know what you're doing, you know, that kind of stuff, which is the kind of stuff that you see in World of Warcraft, really. People are just assholes most of the time. They're just like, someone would ask, oh, what do I have to do to do this? And they're like, oh, noob, lol, lol, awful, and then go to trade chat. Oh, look, this guy said this, lol, lol, lol. I've seen that stuff happen in World of Warcraft so many times that I'm even amazed how World of Warcraft can keep garnering new players and stuff like that. It's just, I don't get it. But in TERA so far, the community has been pretty nice, as far as I can say. So, I don't know if that's just the case for everyone or what's going on with that. Anyways, we're killing the final boss here. Like I told you, the other boss is actually a lot harder than this one. This one you just got, I mean, this one telegraphs his moves like 10 years in advance, pretty much. So sometimes the one thing that does happen to me is I run out of resolve, because I go a little bit overzealous on my blocking, because I can take a hit, you know? So it's not like a big deal if I take a couple of hits, but sometimes I'll go like super min-max mode and try to block everything. And so sometimes I'll run out of resolve, which, in case you're wondering, resolve is the little blue bar beneath my mana bar, and that gets drained whenever I'm holding my block, or when I use that ability, that dodge ability that I've shown you guys. Oh, you seem upset, good sir. But that is one of the things that I really do enjoy, because it really reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter, is the active blocking. I love the active blocking. It's just so cool. It's like, look, it's not a chance that you're going to block. It's like, look, if you know the hit is coming, block it. If you know that he's not doing anything, do your attacks. And that's the way to do it, in my opinion. That is why I just love the Lancer. It's just my playstyle. And I can shield slam people, really. What other game allows me to shield slam people so often? Like this, shield slam, bitch. Double shield slam and poke to the face. So I get to do the shield slam and the Khan Kebab. I mean, this is like the Khan Kebab extreme. Okay, you see that little Q that just popped there in text? That's a sorcerer boss that's coming, this guy. He's not really a big deal, but I just want to make sure I get aggro on him. You know, just another one of those min-max kind of things. I want to make sure that I'm tanking everything, so it's like... Damn it, dude! You need to stop knocking me down, because that is getting annoying. Oh! Okay, he was jumping, but not on me, and he also died, so screw him, and let's kill this dude. How do you like them apples, good sir? How do you like them apples? Huh? I'm sorry, I know that I get a little bit overexcited sometimes when I'm doing commentary, but that's just the way I am. But yeah, now we're going to be distributing loot here. Sanguine Cuirass, this is actually for Warrior. I actually had that on my Warrior, I think. Actually, no, maybe not, because the one I had on my Warrior was pink. Now, Blood Strike is actually the thing I already have. So I'm going to pass on it. Although, I think I'm the only one who can roll on it. Yeah, so, whatever. I don't think anyone else can roll on it. Too bad for you guys. I guess I get to sell this weapon to the auction house. Thing is, you can only roll on loot that you can use. That's the thing about this game. Very nice for the first run. I like giving props to healers when they do well on their first time. Oh, he actually died? I didn't even notice he died. Anyways, that is going to be it for this particular episode of TERA. As usual, leave me your comments and feedback in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.